that we're surrounded by insanity. That woman sounded insane to me. Mm-hmm. She didn't sound that she was capable of reason. And these people are out amongst us. They're driving and they're voting and
they're teaching.
She's a teacher.
Yeah.
A teacher.
So there. I'm a teacher. So there.
Don't think I won't.
God.
And how is that supposed to make him feel? Oh, okay, then this is okay the way you're.
Oh, then
behaving.
never mind. You're a teacher. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you. It's just.
We're in real trouble, Mayor.
Well, it's sad. It's sad. That is a sadness. We just heard of sadness.
I'm not even going to foghorn that.
Well, it's not foghornable. The word sad is not foghornable.
I thought it was.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
No, there's nothing wrong with the word sad.
So last summer, a few days after the big riots following Memorial Day, it was the night where bleep was going down in both Minneapolis and St. Paul, and there was a melee on Snelling and University. And the St. Paul cops, man, were they ready. It was so awesome listening to them because they had 4 to 5 cops in a car, and they would go bounce from hotspot to hotspot to hotspot. But a higher up in the police department, I don't know if it was Chief Axtell or somebody below him, came on and told all the police officers to repeat to the dispatch word for word over the air what they were being called and how they were being treated, which we normally don't hear on the scanner because the cops clean it up and they don't repeat that stuff. And you wouldn't believe the vile things that they were being called and told and et cetera, et cetera. And I believe they did it just so it was all on record.
Yep.
And where I'm going here is, Joe, you're absolutely right. Everything, all of these things need to be released to the public.
Release them to me every day. Every day I want to hear these.
I want body cam. I want the camera in the car. I want everything released. The world needs to know what's going on. And the only way we're going to find out is when more of these things come out like this.
But the trouble with that, and the 4 of us are going to look at that and just be in utter shock. But I wonder how much of the public would look at that and say, good, I'm glad she did that to, you know what I'm saying?
I think there are many euphorians and Mysterians who would not be as upset as we are, and I would counsel them to be careful what you wish for.
This was widely covered, though. I just Googled teacher calling Mexican cop a racist. And KTLA covered it,
Good.
TMZ covered it, YouTube, Sacramento Bee, Newsweek, Daily Mail, Fox News, The Independent, lawofficer.com. So it's out there, you know. It's getting spread around the globe.
Did she break any laws?
Yes.
That's what I'm wondering. I was looking actually to find out if anything happened to her as a result.
At the very least, if you worked for me in a school, lady, you're done. You're done. You sue me if you want for your job, but you're done. I don't want you in front of these kids.
No.
I don't want your influence on these young people that I have under my charge. You're a crazy person. You're insane. I want you out of here.
You asked if she broke the law. Well, yeah, she was using her phone. She was texting or doing whatever while driving.
No, but I mean her behavior to the officer
I'm
probably
sorry.
did not break any laws,
I'm sorry.
technically. There's no law against her being petulant and insane. So you can't lock her up for that.
You think she believes in her heart that he really is a murderer?
Yes.
Or do you think that was just a ploy on her part?
Well, she was calm in her assertion. It wasn't as though, oh my God, you're going to kill me. No, she just said flat out in a very calm way, you're a murderer. Meaning that's her idea of the police, apparently.
Yeah.
Kenny, are you asking, was she using this for her possible 15 seconds of fame? Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know. I don't understand where the murderer part came from. I don't understand where the you'll never be white came from.
Or you're jealous that I have this car.
Yeah.
On my way to my apartment.
Yeah.
I think
Bleep your
Joe's
car,
right.
lady.
She may feel that way about cops in general, don't you think?
Yeah.
When she called him a murderer, I just think
Yeah.
that's her outlook of what police are.
But you know what? Here's the other thing I want to know. Because when I saw this video the other day, the first thing I thought of is I said, how many guys and gals, the good ones in the blue, are going to look at that and say, I'm done. I've had enough, or I'm no longer going to pursue. We get the emails all the time. And I'm wondering if how many of those people, that was their final straw saying, I'm not signing
You know
up
what
for
else
this.
is striking me is that in the newspaper here, since the Chauvin trial and the protests we had up in Brooklyn Center, all we've been seeing about is the use of force on the part of police, rubber bullets, gas, et cetera, et cetera. And there hasn't been one GD mention of frozen cans of water, frozen bottles of water, cans of soup, rocks, concrete, fireworks. What is going on with this narrative? Why can't the police officers fight back with rubber bullets and gas when they're being attacked?
Because the left has thoroughly owns news gathering institutions, and it's in their template to be opposed to police. Let me go back to this woman. The other thing we learn here is it's just not feral youth who shoot 173 shots into the air over the weekend who have no respect for authority. It's women like this too. There's no defining who has lost their respect for moral and ethical integrity. It's too widespread. And to me, the most telling thing that I learned in that audio is the boldness with which too many Americans are rejecting their social contract. They don't even, it's been torn up, it's gone. And, I've been on the earth a long time. And when the police stop you, it's always been yes, sir, no, sir, or yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And that's gone. That's in too many, it's still happening, of course, with many people. Many Americans get stopped and they're very polite and the cops are polite. But there are too many women like that out there, too many men like that out there. And the feral youth have nothing on them. They're one and the same people. And it's so dispiriting that it's depressing. It's depressing to think of that. It's just
Law enforcement
amazing.
I can see law enforcement transferring from proactive to reactive, where they will not, and I think we discussed this a while ago, where they're going to stop pulling people over for breaking the law. And they're only going to respond when requested. I was wondering, what is this gal going to do when 50 of those 175 shots come blasting through her apartment wall? Who's she going to call?
That's right.
You know?
Yep, that's right. Who's Chantel Allen going to call? The local activist who is trying desperately to find an excuse for the 173 shots, except for what the real reason is. Well, who's she going to call?
You know, I want my deputies pulling over people going 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone.
Yeah.
I want that. It's the safety of the town and the kids and the people in the area.
And
it's to the point where they're afraid to do so because of bitches like this.
And can you think of this too? Let's say that woman hadn't been stopped and she's texting and she mows over some kid riding his bike.
Thank you. Exactly.
And if she does that, then what happens? Then the police get blamed for her not getting stopped for using her cell phone while she's driving.
Oh, thank you, police officers. Thank you.
I want